Welcome to GlocalBuzz. Here we make a list of shortest celebrity marriages which lasted for less than a year. Before moving forward, don't forget to press the subscribe button. Now back to the list. 23. Jim Carrey and Lauren Holly. Jim Carrey and Lauren Holly were married for 309 days. The two actors met while working on the film Dumb and Dumber and got married in September 1996 in a low-key mountaintop ceremony in Malibu, California. However, their marriage ended in divorce less than a year later in July 1997. Soon Holly began dating another of her co-stars, Edward Burns, while Carrey moved on with Renée Zellweger. 22. Liam Hemsworth and Miley Cyrus. Liam Hemsworth and Miley Cyrus were married for about 240 days. The couple first met while filming the last song in 2009 and began an on-again, off-again relationship which lasted for nearly a decade. The couple got engaged for the first time in 2012 but called off the engagement a year later. They reconciled in 2015 and became engaged once again, and finally tied the knot on December 23, 2018, in a private ceremony at their home in Tennessee. Unfortunately, by August 2019, they announced their separation, and Liam filed for divorce shortly afterward, which was finalized in January 2020. 21. Jennifer Lopez and Kris Judd. Jennifer Lopez and Kris Judd were married for 218 days. They met when Judd, a dancer and choreographer, was hired to direct Lopez's music video for Love Don't Cost a Thing. Their professional relationship soon turned romantic, leading to a surprise wedding in September 2001. This was her second marriage following a highly publicized relationship with Diddy. But the union lasted for just 8 months, with the couple confirming their split in June 2002. The couple finalized their divorce in January 2003. 20. Elizabeth Taylor and Conrad Hilton Jr. Conrad Hilton Jr., the heir to the Hilton Hotel empire, met actress Elizabeth Taylor at Macambo nightclub in Los Angeles in October 1949. The couple were married in a highly publicized ceremony at the Church of the Good Shepherd in Beverly Hills on May 6, 1950. She was 18 and he was 24 at the time of their marriage. They had a tempestuous 8-month marriage due to his gambling, drinking, heroin addiction, and abusive behavior. During one of his violent outbursts, Hilton kicked Taylor in the stomach and caused her to have a miscarriage. Taylor announced their separation in December 1950. She was granted a divorce on grounds of mental cruelty on January 29, 1951, just 205 days after their wedding. This was the first of Taylor's 8 marriages, marking the beginning of her legendary and often tumultuous love life. 19. R. Kelly and Aaliyah. R. Kelly and Aaliyah had secretly married without her parents' knowledge on August 31, 1994, in Sheraton Gateway Suites in Rosemont, Illinois, when Aaliyah was only 15 years old, and R. Kelly was 27. Once it came to light, the illegal marriage was quietly annulled by her parents in February 1995. Aaliyah, who was 15 at the time, was listed as 18 on the certificate, which allowed the marriage to proceed initially, but it was later declared invalid. The pair denied the allegations, saying that neither was married and that the certificate was a forgery. 18. Drew Barrymore and Tom Green. Not long after her first quickie marriage, about which we will talk later, Drew Barrymore took the plunge the second time. This time to comedian Tom Green in July 2001 after a year-long engagement. However, their marriage was short-lived, and they filed for divorce 163 days after they eloped in December 2001, with the divorce being finalized in 2002. In 2010, Green stated that he had not seen Barrymore since the divorce. On September 25, 2020, the pair met and spoke for the first time in 15 years when Green was a guest on Barrymore's eponymous talk show. 17. Sophia Bush and Chad Michael Murray. Sophia Bush and Chad Michael Murray were married for a brief period of just 163 days. They met as co-stars on the set of popular teen series One Tree Hill and began dating in 2003. The couple got engaged in May 2004 and tied the knot on April 16, 2005, in a glamorous ceremony. But just 5 months later, in September 2005, the pair announced their separation. In February 2006, Bush filed papers for an annulment, citing fraud. Bush's petition was denied, and she and Murray were instead granted a divorce in December 2006. In April 2024, after being through another failed marriage to businessman Grant Hughes, Bush came out as queer in an article in Glamour, confirming her relationship with former professional soccer player Ashlyn Harris. 16. Carmen Electra and Dennis Rodman. Carmen Electra and Dennis Rodman were married for 129 days. The couple married on November 14, 1998, in a spontaneous ceremony at the Little Chapel of the Flowers in Las Vegas. The wedding was impulsive, and both were reportedly intoxicated at the time. Just 9 days after the wedding, Rodman filed for an annulment, claiming that he was of unsound mind when they got married. However, the couple briefly reconciled before ultimately deciding to divorce. The marriage officially ended after 129 days in March 1999. 15. Renée Zellweger and Kenny Chesney. Renée Zellweger and Kenny Chesney were married for 128 days. After knowing each other for only 3 months, Chesney and Zellweger said, "I do," in a low-key ceremony in the U.S. Virgin Islands on May 9, 2005. However, just a few months later, on September 15, 2005, Zellweger filed for an annulment, citing fraud as the reason. The use of the term fraud for their annulment filing sparked intense speculation, after which the couple had to clarify that the term was a legal formality and not indicative of any wrongdoing or misconduct on either party's part. 14. Bradley Cooper and Jennifer Esposito. Bradley Cooper and Jennifer Esposito were married for 122 days. After dating for a year, Cooper and Esposito quietly got hitched in December 2006. But their marriage was short-lived as Esposito filed for divorce on May 1, 2007, citing irreconcilable differences. Their divorce was finalized in November 2007. 13. Kid Rock and Pamela Anderson. Kid Rock and Pamela Anderson were married for 122 days. The couple began dating in 2001 and got engaged in April 2002. However, they broke off their engagement in 2003 due to differences in their lifestyles and priorities. They rekindled their romance in 2006 and surprised many by getting married on July 29, 2006, in a highly publicized ceremony on a yacht in Saint-Tropez, France. Their wedding was unconventional, with Anderson wearing a white bikini instead of a traditional wedding dress. The marriage quickly unraveled, and just 122 days after their wedding, on November 27, 2006, Pamela Anderson filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. The divorce was finalized in early 2007. 12. Colin Farrell and Amelia Warner. Colin Farrell and Amelia Warner were married for 121 days. The couple met at the premiere of Quills in 2000. They wed in Tahiti during a secret ceremony in July 2001, and Farrell even got a tattoo of her name around his ring finger. But the pair broke up 4 months later, and they later insinuated that the marriage was not legally binding after all. Too fast, too young, was what Farrell later said of his brief marriage to Warner. 11. Nicolas Cage and Lisa Marie Presley. Nicolas Cage, who was a lifelong fan of Elvis Presley, married the King's only daughter Lisa Marie Presley in a hush-hush ceremony in Hawaii on August 16, 2002, which was the 25th anniversary of the music legend's death. This marriage was the third for Presley, and the second for Cage. The couple announced their divorce 108 days after their wedding. Their divorce wasn't officially finalized until May 2004, meaning their divorce proceedings lasted several times longer than their actual marriage. 10. Kim Kardashian and Kris Humphries. Kim Kardashian, the reality TV star, and Kris Humphries, an NBA player, met in late 2010. Their relationship quickly became serious, and they were often seen together in public and featured on Kim's reality show, Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Kris proposed to Kim on May 18, 2011, after about 6 months of dating. The proposal was featured on Keeping Up with the Kardashians and was famously over the top, with Kris spelling out "Will you marry me?" in rose petals. The pair married on August 20, 2011, in a lavish ceremony in Montecito, California. The wedding was a huge event, covered extensively by the media, and was later broadcast as a two-part TV special titled Kim's Fairy Tale Wedding on E!
Friends and family, it is a delight to present for the very first time Mr. and Mrs. Kris Humphries.
The wedding reportedly cost around $10 million, with Kim's custom-made Vera Wang dress being one of the highlights. The marriage began to unravel almost immediately. Reports surfaced of the couple having major differences, with Kris struggling to adjust to the constant media attention that came with being married to Kim. Just 72 days after their wedding, on October 31, 2011, Kim filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. The divorce was prolonged, with Kris seeking an annulment based on fraud, claiming that Kim married him for television ratings. The legal battle lasted much longer than the marriage itself, with the divorce finally being settled on June 3, 2013, nearly 2 years after Kim filed. 9. Pam Anderson and Rick Salomon. This is Pam's second time on this list. Pamela Anderson and Rick Salomon had a tumultuous on-again, off-again relationship that involved 2 marriages and 2 divorces. The couple married on October 6, 2007, during a break between performances of Pamela's show in Las Vegas. Their wedding was spontaneous and took place at the Mirage Hotel. However, by December of the same year, which was 10 weeks after their wedding, Anderson filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. This marked the end of their first marriage. Despite their rocky first marriage, Pamela and Rick rekindled their relationship several years later. They decided to give their marriage another shot and remarried in January 2014. Like their first attempt, their second marriage was also short-lived. Pamela filed for divorce in July 2014, but the couple once again reconciled briefly. However, by early 2015, their relationship had ended for good. Their second divorce was finalized in April 2015. 8. Milla Jovovich and Shawn Andrews. Supermodel Milla Jovovich and Shawn Andrews were married for just 50 days. The pair tied the knot in 1992 while filming Dazed and Confused. Milla was only 16 years old and Shawn was 21. Their marriage was annulled by Milla's mother, as she was underage at the time. 7. Drew Barrymore and Jeremy Thomas. This is Drew's second time on this list. Drew Barrymore met Jeremy Thomas, a Welsh-born Los Angeles bar owner, in early 1994. At the time, Barrymore was 19 years old and Jerry Thomas was 31. They decided to marry 6 weeks later on March 20th, 1994, in a spontaneous ceremony at Jeremy Thomas's bar, The Room, in Los Angeles. The wedding was officiated by a minister who was a friend of Thomas. However, the marriage was short-lived. Just 39 days later, on April 28, 1994, Barrymore filed for divorce. 6. Mario Lopez and Ali Landry. Ali Landry first met actor and TV personality Mario Lopez while working at the 1998 Miss Teen USA pageant, where Lopez hosted the pageant and Landry was the commentator. They began dating and quickly became a high-profile couple. After 6 years of dating, Lopez married Landry on April 24, 2004, in a Catholic ceremony at the Los Alamitos Resort outside Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. However, just 18 days after their wedding, the marriage ended in scandal. Ali Landry annulled the marriage after learning that Mario Lopez had been unfaithful to her during his bachelor party, just days before the wedding. Reports indicated that Ali discovered the infidelity through incriminating phone records and other evidence, leading to her decision to end the marriage so quickly. Mario admitted to infidelity in his 2014 memoir Just Between Us. 5. Eddie Murphy and Tracy Edmonds. Eddie Murphy began dating Tracy Edmonds in 2006. In 2007, after about a year of dating, Eddie and Tracy became engaged. Their relationship seemed solid, and they began planning a wedding that was expected to be a glamorous affair. On January 1, 2008, Eddie and Tracy held a symbolic wedding ceremony on a private island in Bora Bora, French Polynesia. The ceremony was extravagant and attended by close family and friends. However, it was not a legally binding marriage, as it was conducted outside of the United States. The marriage quickly unraveled, with the couple announcing their separation exactly 2 weeks later. The couple released a joint statement stating that they would not pursue a legal marriage. Reports suggested that the relationship fell apart due to disagreements and conflicts that arose during their time in Bora Bora. Allegedly, the two clashed over various issues, including family matters and lifestyle choices. 4. Pamela Anderson and Jon Peters. This is Pam's third time on the list, making her the person with most appearances. Pamela Anderson and Jon Peters first met in the 1980s at the Playboy Mansion. They maintained a connection over the years, despite their age gap of 22 years. After years of being friends and staying in touch sporadically, Pamela and Jon rekindled their relationship in late 2019. At this point, both had been married 4 times. On January 20th, 2020, Pamela Anderson and Jon Peters shocked the public by announcing that they had gotten married in a private ceremony in Malibu. The wedding was a surprise to many, as their relationship had not been widely publicized before the announcement. But the roller coaster took a sharp turn when she announced their breakup 12 days later. The marriage was never legally binding, as they had not filed the necessary paperwork to make it official. While neither party fully disclosed all the reasons for their sudden split, there were reports of differences in their lifestyles and visions for the future. Pam told People magazine that the two remain friends. 3. Nicolas Cage and Erica Koike. This is Cage's second time on the list. Nicolas Cage began dating makeup artist Erica Koike sometime in 2018. The couple kept their relationship relatively low-key with few public appearances. On March 23, 2019, the couple surprised many by getting married in Las Vegas. However, Cage filed for an annulment just 4 days later, hours after he was spotted having a very public argument with her. Cage later claimed that he was too intoxicated to understand his actions when he agreed to marry Koike. He also stated that the marriage was based on fraud, as he alleged that Koike had not fully disclosed her criminal history. 2. Britney Spears and Jason Alexander. On January 3, 2004, Britney Spears, who at that time was the biggest star in the world, impulsively decided to marry her childhood friend Jason Allen Alexander at a little white wedding chapel in Las Vegas, Nevada, after partying all night. The marriage was annulled 55 hours later, following a petition to the court that stated that Spears lacked understanding of her actions. In June 2022, Jason Alexander attempted to crash Britney Spears' wedding to Sam Asghari.
You love roses? Who are you?
What's up, Michael?
Michael, that's Michael, guys. It's Jason. First husband, here to crash it.
He live-streamed the incident on Instagram and was subsequently arrested. He was charged with trespassing, vandalism, and battery. 1. Zsa Gabor and Felipe de Alba. Zsa Gabor was a Hungarian-American actress and socialite who was known more for her multiple marriages than her acting career. She was famously married 9 times. She tied the knot for the 8th time on April 13, 1983, to Felipe de Alba, who was a Mexican lawyer and actor. The marriage took place on a yacht in international waters immediately after her divorce from her 6th husband Jack Ryan was finalized. The marriage to de Alba was annulled the very next day, on April 14, 1983. The annulment occurred because it was discovered that she wasn't yet divorced from her 7th husband Michael O'Hara. Following the annulment, Gabor and de Alba did not pursue any further relationship. That is it. Thank you for watching. Check out other videos from this channel. Please press like and share on this video, and don't forget to press the subscribe button. Until next time.